Don't adjust your screens, people, and the title's not lying to you. I am legitimately reviewing the anime Acchi Kocchi, the 2012 romantic comedy anime that just sort of looks a lot like Lucky Star and every other cute moe show, so a lot of people tend to write it off. And I'm not gonna lie, I normally would too. But this time around, the way I found the series was after watching the most horrible anime I've ever seen that shows off more how not to be in a relationship with a human being, or plant, or animal, or anything. I wanted to watch something that put relationships in a good light. This showed up in my Hulu feed, and I figured, what the hell? And after watching it, I can honestly say this is one of my favorite romantic comedy animes ever. It looks good, the characters are all fun and likable, the humor is excellent, and I think it's a series not enough people have seen. Or maybe it was a hit. I don't know, I wasn't really following the popular anime trends in 2012. But to start things off with, let's start off with why the series works, and let's start off with our premise. So we begin the series with Sumiki, our series protagonist who looks a lot like Konata from Lucky Star, who's your basic tsundere type character. She's quiet, she's quick-witted, she's snarky, and she mostly just sort of keeps to herself. She is also hopelessly in love with Io, her school's cool guy. And that's it. That's kind of all you need to know, and that's kind of all this show needs. This show isn't about trying to shoehorn in any messages. It's not about over-the-top jokes, which there are a lot of and that really work. But at its core, this show is about just really showing people how a relationship develops and how you can make something from just a friendship into a romantic thing. And what's great about the series, I'm just going to tell you right here and now, they never directly hook up, even by the time the show is over. But the thing is, what makes this show work is that you get such a sense of just how life works in this regard, and you get to see how a fun relationship like this blooms. And that's what I really love about this series. It's not trying to force feed any message or anything down your throat. It's just presenting these characters as who they are. And they're both incredibly likable. Not to mention the side characters in this are awesome. They're funny, they're great to watch. Well, they all steal the show at one or two moments. It's all great, it's all fun, and it's all worth watching. And that's sort of the best part about it, is that it's just showing life, and it's showing life in a way that's fun and entertaining for everyone. And fortunately, there's a great set of behind-the-scenes work being done to make this work as well. The animation for this show, yeah, it's going to be the thing that turns a lot of people away, but it works for something like this. The cute, fun character designs allow for you to never take a situation too seriously, and always allows for you to have fun and like everybody. And I'd be lying if I said, even with sort of a used style, they still stick out in your head when you're finished with the show. And another thing I really like about it is the backgrounds. Again, it looks very simple. It looks like not a lot has been put into it. But again, that works for this type of show. Because the plot is so simple and the characters are so simple, by having the general atmosphere and look and tone of the show follow suit, it allows for everything to flow better and allows for you to get into a situation more. You can have things like they're in class one minute embarrassing the teacher, and then they're running through the holes and jumping out a window. You can do all that because the show just does a nice enough job of just inviting you into this world and letting you sit back and enjoy it, that you can get into it very easily. Not to mention a very well executed score too. It's nothing perfect, but the thing about it is that it again just keeps up that tone and it moves very fast, which is great because the humor in this is some of the fastest I've ever seen in any comedy anime. Again, it combines a lot of physical gags, it combines a lot of word gags, there's a lot of crazy animation scenes, there's a lot of clever animation scenes where they use stylistic choices with the characters to really represent emotion without having to waste a lot of time on talking or exposition. And that's another great thing about this. Because the characters don't really focus on their drama or have any drama, it allows for you to get to know them just as they are. Because this show is about that time in your life when you're starting to feel something for someone else. It's not about the actual hooking up process. It's just about the process of developing those emotions and then just going through life with them. I care about all these characters because of the people they are and the friendships they make and who they just are. I don't care really if they hook up because they're in high school. All the big, annoying, obnoxious romantic comedy moments that Julia Roberts has basically made a career out of. Not saying I hate Julia Roberts, don't pin that on me, aren't here, but the thing is that they're portrayed as just the little moments in life that we think back on. That's sort of what I really love about this series is it's not trying to overly glorify any one element of being a teenager and having these sorts of emotions. It's just about having fun and showing these things for what they are, and that's just life's little moments that become something hilarious. And that's really why I love this show. Now, it's not perfect. If you are not into this humor style, and if you think maybe I'm, thinking about it too much or thinking into this show too much, that's perfectly fine. That's possible. That's a popular opinion with this show, that it's not that great. Also, some of the humor transitions don't really work. Like, sometimes it'll be just normal, real-life assumption, slice-of-life stuff, like what I was talking about with Himo to Umaru-chan. And then, like, a minute later, Mia will have, like, a bazooka. Or, like, a wall will explode, or there'll be a giant snowman. It's funny and it makes you laugh, but when the joke is over, you're just kind of scratching your head, not sure what to make of it. But again, it is very funny and it does work. Also, I wish some of the side characters got more time. Like, the teacher is very funny, but she's only ever in it twice, and you kind of forget about her. And then when she shows up, they don't really reintroduce you to her. There's a lot of other side characters who I thought maybe could have gotten more time and they'd be more funnier that way. And also, I could have done with a little more backstory, just like, a little more idea who these people are and maybe see, like, their homes and stuff like that. For what it is, I think it's a very funny anime. It's a very beautiful anime, and I think it really does show what it's like to be a teenager and what it's like to feel strong emotions and watch that develop. I think it is a very much good anime just for anyone to watch, and I highly recommend you check it out. That's why I'm going to say Acchi Kocchi is a 9 out of 10 on the romantic comedy scale. Again, maybe you think I'm thinking about it too much or thinking into this show too much, but I think it's a really fun show and I want you to check it out. And in the comment section below, give me your thoughts on Acchi Kocchi or any sort of romantic comedy thing you have to say, or if you can't stand Julia Roberts either. Tell me that below, and as always, click to like and click to subscribe so maybe I can come up with more reasons why I don't like Julia Roberts.